G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the YouTube channel. How are we all doing today? Kurt Cobain POV. I thought I'd do another one because it's freezing outside, it's going to be wet and miserable the next few days, it's late, so I've got to do something. I'm in my garage, I'm pondering, I'm thinking, and it occurred to me, the topic. Should you daily a motorcycle? Now, as a biased man who has absolutely 100% sold himself towards the motorcycling ways, yes, you should absolutely daily a motorcycle. Why wouldn't you daily a motorcycle? Oh, Nathan, the risks, you're dangerous, you might get into a crash, you might do something, Let me tell you something, ladies and gents. If that's what you're worried about on a motorcycle, you shouldn't be riding a motorcycle to begin with. Dailying a motorcycle has multiple benefits that are more than just getting to work a little faster and, maybe enjoying, save a bit of petrol. Okay? One of the biggest benefits of dailying a motorcycle, especially if you're going to work, right, is it changes your perspective of the day. What do I mean by this? So, you're riding to work, it's peak hour. Now, if you can lane filter, sure, you'll be there a lot faster. But it's something to be happy about. Because most of us, not all of us, some of you are weird, most of us love riding bikes, okay? So, any opportunity to be on the motorcycle, we're going to take that one. So, God damn it, I gotta go to work. But at least I get to ride there. And then the whole day, you're just cruising and bruising, you're forgetting about it. Then the moment the time ends, you're clocked off. Hot dog, I get to go ride a bike. Now, you might go straight home. You might go for a little cheeky ride down the back streets home. You might take a longer way home just to enjoy it a little bit more. But at least you get to ride a motorcycle. And now your day is no longer... But you could have had a horrible day at work. But a few minutes on this, you're going to be a happy chappy. You know what I'm saying? You're just going to be like out the door, running through everyone going... Bang, get out of my way, Susan, I'm going to go ride a bike. And you do, because why wouldn't you? If you get the chance, you're gonna bloody take it, mate. Bikes are like big kids' toys, and every time we get to play with one, we're usually very happy. Now, besides that, obviously there are other benefits of dailying a motorcycle, right? These things do not drink petrol like a car does. You could have a Boss Hoss bike or a bloody Rocket 3 or something like that, and you will drink petrol significantly faster than this bike does, but it will still be less than if you're lunking around a big-ass car as well with it. Some of you drive big things. If you drive a Hummer, I salute you. In this economy, how can you afford to? But if you do, drive a big car like in the Americans, with their Raptors and Silverados. Now, they're becoming a little bit popular out here, especially the Dodge Rams. They're still not mainstream, and I hope they don't become mainstream, because, God, they're too big for our roads here. Those things drink petrol, okay? They do. These things? Mate, I think I spend $15 and I get 200 kilometers out of it, and I could still put more into it. I could go further than that. I just choose not to. That's when I fill up, and I fill up around half a tankish, so... I think the most I've ever spent filling up my tank was probably $19.64, and that was when it was flashing to fill up, okay? Keep in mind, I do not ride this bike gingerly. I thrash it. I don't ride sensibly. I ride within the law, but I don't sensibly take off. I launch it from every possible occasion because it's fun. I didn't buy a bike to take off the same speed as cars. I bought a bike so I can funnel through the traffic and take off and get far away from vehicles. Okay? So, if you guys like getting away from traffic, motorcycles on the daily, fantastic, especially if you have to go through a lot of built-up places. I can completely understand if you have to ride cross-country and you'd rather be in a car, because look, cross-country, it's more comfortable to be in a car, you got your music going, you got no wind noise, more comfortable chair, etc. But if you have to go through the city, look no further. Because I've had to do multiple trips where I've had to go through the city, and I've driven there. So when I treat my lovely client, this autistic guy, I see him every other week on the Wednesday, I have to go towards the city. Now, I've driven there and I've ridden there, and I can assure you, riding there wins every single time, without question. Driving there, however, horrible time, because you get stuck in traffic, you can't take off as quickly, so if you're trying to turn out of a place fast, the car doesn't quite do it, you drink a lot of petrol doing stop-start city traffic, man. So much. On a bike, sure, you got a little risk here and there. You might get someone, getting a little bit close to your rear on the bike. You might crash into you if you're not paying attention, but that's You get that sixth sense as a biker to look in your mirrors and you can sort of see when something's happening. If you haven't got that, you haven't either ridden enough or you're never going to get it, and I salute you for riding with that level of brain without the paranoia. But for the rest of us, you always got that sixth sense. You sort of know. Like when you see a car coming out of a side street, you know, right? The longer you ride, you get that sense where you just have that. He's going to turn out in front of me, and they do, and you go, nailed it. But also, why'd you? You know what I mean? Fortunately, if you're watching this, hopefully you haven't had a big prang like that. You haven't had a big smackaroony. I haven't. I've had a few close calls where I sort of had to like slam the brake on, and like 90% of the time, I'd say I could see it coming a mile away. But there's always that one or two where you're coming down a simple lane and you slow down. If your lane's the only free one, slow down, because some dipshit's going to do this to you as well. Where I was coming just the last intersection for my home stretch, alright? My lane was clear, the lights were green. And this guy just whips out no indication, and I had to go into the turning lane. Fortunately, there was no one in the turning lane. If there was, it would have been a bit sketchy, because I could have funneled through the middle, but god damn, he was close to hitting me. That's probably my closest call I've had, besides when I was going down the freeway through the center and someone did the same thing. But you see, it's a pattern here. If there was a learner there, probably would have crashed, panicked, and not that. That's why you got to practice these skills. And you know what happens when you go to the city a lot? A lot of these skills you think you know how to do really get tested, because you've really got to apply them a lot. All right. So if you're not confident in your abilities, this is a good way to practice. Obviously, peak hour is a bit easier. I wouldn't recommend it if you're brand new, and I wouldn't recommend it if you're terrified, but once you got a little bit of a grasp on how to ride a bike and what you're doing and how the controls work, how to brake properly, even under panicky situations, that's when you go to the peak hour city, all right? You might live in the country, mate, where you never have to deal with this stuff. In that case, fair enough. You're never going to have to practice this. You might have to dodge a tornado, Americans, but that's about it. But for the rest of us who live near a built-up location, once you've got a little bit of confidence in there, you simply go and ride there. Try and do it on a day off if you can, or just ride to work if you live there. Live there, work there. You know what I'm saying? Just meander your way down there, funnel through the traffic. Shit, if it's illegal, that's unfortunate. But if it isn't, funnel through the traffic. Get to the front, sit out the side a little bit so people don't go up behind you. See how the traffic flows. See how you react. Someone's going to pull out in front of you eventually. It might take a day, it might take an hour, it might take a few weeks, it might take a few months, but it's going to happen eventually, especially in those situations, okay? Then you're just going to take it cruisy and be like, well, this could have happened. Why didn't it happen? I've practiced this. If you can record your rides, do it. Analyze what happens. And honestly, the more you analyze a ride, the better overall you will be, because that is how you get better as a rider. Fortunately, or unfortunately, depending how you look at it, I have to watch myself every day, basically, because I do videos daily at the moment. Sure, my voice gets annoying, and I have to deal with it all the time. So, know how strange it is to listen to yourself every single day? It's, certainly different. But I can see where I go wrong. There are bits I've cut out of videos, because you don't need to see that. But there are bits where I've done good, I've done bad. A lot of the bad stuff I tend to leave in, like when I clipped the car the other week with my poor toe. Didn't break a toe, but I left it in there. Do you know why? Because it lets you guys see the negatives. For one, riding extremely exhausted. I was really knackered that day. I barely slept for like multiple days in a row. So I could barely speak, as you can tell, in that video. And I couldn't see because the sun was in my eye. There was a lot of mitigating factors that led to that one. But the sun and severe lethargy, bad. Did I learn anything? Yes, perhaps sleep more and don't ride when you're absolutely flacked, you know what I mean? I should have just done a video in the garage or on my computer at home. But I didn't, and thus I hit myself. Fortunately, didn't damage the car, didn't cost me a dime. But I learnt, alright? But going back, man, should you daily? Absolutely. What are you doing? You bought the bike to ride the damn thing. You didn't buy it to look at. How are you, darling? Yeah, I'll see you in a week. No, that's not what we bought these bloody things for, mate. We bought these bloody things to ride them. And ride them we shall. Otherwise, ladies and gents, that is everything. Take it easy, keep it cheesy. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any other things you want me to talk about, leave them down below. Otherwise, peace. Bye.